think everybody knew I was going to get up here and do this. So, I grew up in a church that my great-grandparents started. My whole family went there. My grandparents, my cousins, my second cousins were basically our friends. My parents taught Sunday school. They were on boards. They even ran our local church camp that we did. And that whole time, like, our church family were our friends. And it's so easy to be a good kid when you're surrounded by good people. But then I went to college. And I was not under that accountability of my parents anymore. The worst thing I did was not get plugged into a church as soon as I got to college, or any sort of fraternity where, they're preaching the gospel, or even the friends. I immediately made friends with people that I knew I shouldn't have. They were the fun ones, the ones who, went out and partied, and it was easy to do that whenever you're not with people who can hold you accountable. In Proverbs 13:20, it says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for comparison of fools suffers harm." And that's so true. You surround yourself with those who speak truth and influence, it's easy to do those things, be good, make the right decisions. But when you're with people who aren't like that, it's so easy to make those tough decisions. They have your ear, and they're the ones speaking into it, and it gets harder and harder. And I didn't live the way I was supposed to for a long time. I grew up with that background. I grew up with, this is right, this is wrong. I knew all those things. And even after college and I moved down here, I didn't live the way I was supposed to. I had moved away from those friends, but it's just easy to fall in with those people when that's what you're used to doing. And a guy that I worked with kept inviting me to church, and I finally went. And through them, I made the right friends. I got involved in their church, and through those friends, I met Barry, and I started coming here. And I was saved at 8. I'd walked an aisle and prayed a prayer, but you wouldn't have known it once I got out of high school. But I found those people, those ones who poured into my life, even more friends, once I started serving. And once I made that decision, I didn't officially make the decision for Christ until I was 30. I was saved and baptized at 30. So, it doesn't have to be when you're little or in high school. Those things change, your life changes. And when my life changed at 30, I wanted to serve the church. I wanted to be here. I wanted to serve Jesus. And I started in the bus ministry when we had that, and I moved to kids. And I found that the more involved I was, the more friends that I made were the right people speaking to me. They were the right ones who I could hear, who were giving me advice. And now I'm the kids director here, and I love it. And we spend a lot of time, my family and I do, here at the church. And I thought many times about that verse in Joshua 24. It says, "As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." And I really dug into that yesterday, and I read the whole chapter. But before they even get to that verse, Joshua is naming everything that the Lord has done for them. Everything. And it says, and the whole verse says, "But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose yourselves this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your ancestors served before the Euphrates or the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you are living. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord." We should want to serve a God who provides for us and takes care of us and never leaves us. With serving the church, you meet like-minded people, the people who have the same desires, who will pray for you, who want to be there for you. If you're not plugged in somewhere here, I encourage you to look for that, because that's where your community is. That's the people. We want to do stuff for you. We want to take you meals. We want to pray for you. We want to do day-to-day life with you. And there's so many opportunities here, whether it's opening a door, rocking a baby, which I will use you all and kids, serving coffee or food, or just being a smiling face as somebody who's new walks in, greeting them, saying hi. So that is where you will make your friends, make the most important people, because you need those people in your life to just to get through. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes it's easy, but it's nice to have somebody who's there with you with the same desires and same values as you. Thank you.